Hello everyone, this is VJose32 back again, and it's time for another edition of What's on Deck. First of all, apologies last week if there was any issues with the audio. I don't think there was, but I mean nobody said anything. But lately, ever since I got this new microphone, as you can sort of see, I usually bring it and put it up in front of me. But last week I forgot it was back next to the monitor, so it might have affected the audio just a little bit, but I don't think so. Anyways, What's on Deck? Your weekly look at what is new and coming up in the world of playing cards. So let's get onto it. I'll minimize this, by the way. Start off with Kickstarter. First of all, Nouveau DS, I think that's how I pronounce it, from Bonafide Playing Cards. 15-day campaign, halfway there. It's funded, 7 days to go. Couple things to mention with this one very quickly. Of course, beautiful artwork, beautiful deck, and I do recommend checking it out. And decent price as well, from what I can recall. They have added this, a limited edition add-on, Bizarre d'Or, where it's d'Or is gold, of course, in French. And it's basically this nice custom tuck case, handmade, custom layered handmade tuck. Gold metallic cardstock, laser cut, inner gold foil layer, inner white pearl metallic cardstock with handmade embossing, numbered seal, and a signed card of your choice, all sorts of stuff. It is 30 euros plus 10 euros shipping worldwide. So it's not, I mean, it's not like it's 80 or 90 bucks like some decks, but it's still pricey, and it is just a tuck swap, but limited edition. The other deck that's coming soon, hopefully, is the Nouveau Pearl, which is a very nice looking deck. And a bit of an update on that as well. You see the artwork here. I've shown you the artwork before. If you want to see it more, check it out. This is it, Nouveau Pearl. Originally, it was going to be unlocked at 14,000 euros. It's been reduced to 12,000 euros. And they're at about 10,000. So hopefully we get there. It's a beautiful looking deck as well, as you can see, with like blue colors, and I definitely would like to see that one become available. So let's get on there, get this one funded some more if you haven't done so already. Moving along, Bicycle Prism Gilded Limited Edition from Collectible Playing Cards, funded, one of their better funded decks. 15 days to go. They got less than 200 available, and that's it. There's no more. So if you haven't checked them out yet, haven't gotten them, I know it's a bit pricey, but it's really limited, very unique. Make sure you get it, and go check it out. Next up, Phantasma Playing Cards from Card Phantom, 16% funded, 11 days to go. I'm not feeling too optimistic about this one, unfortunately. Horror Roar Playing Cards from Ace Collectible Cards is 99% funded, 9 days to go. I think this one's gonna fund. I got a very good feeling. And if it funds, that means there will be a review coming to my channel eventually once it is produced. Next up, Domination Card Game, which does have a deck of cards. It's 26% funded, 12 days to go. Not looking too great at this rate. Gemini Playing Cards from Lorenzo Gazziotti, Stockholm 17, is very well funded, 8 days to go. That's not $460,000, it's 460,000 kronos, so it's a lot less than that, in dollars, obviously. The third deck, the Noctis, has been unlocked. They've also hit stretch goals for 56th and 57th cards being added to the deck. Also, they added this, well, this collector's box, very interesting, beautifully detailed, obviously pricey. There's the Noctis in blue. Very nice. I like the color. I like the colors on all of them. And I'm glad to see Noctis is unlocked. And there was another one that was unlocked. And it sold out almost immediately. I don't know if it's in here or not. This one right here, the Gemini Experimental. It's a limited version of tuck box, 100% cotton paper, 300 GR. printed with letterpress in gold and silver ink, numbered, signed, handcrafted in Stockholm, and features the cards from the Gemini Terra deck. It's sold out and is very limited. Also very pricey, or something like 80-85 bucks Canadian. Absolutely ridiculous. But I mean, if you're willing to pay for it, by all means. Who am I to stop you? Moving along, Erie's playing cards from Omnius Midnight Gatherings is funded. 5 days to go. My only reason for really not backing this one, aside from, I mean, it looks pretty interesting. It's not bad. The back design could be better. My biggest thing is printed by Liberty playing cards, and I know the quality is not the best with Liberty. It's not horrible or anything like that. It's not bad at all, but it's just not as good as the other big companies or even MPC. So I'm not going to get it just because of that, obviously. For the most part, that's the main reason. Next up, Moonit's Artist Poker playing cards from Moonit's Artist is 89% funded, 6 days to go. Just a matter of time. Not really my cup of tea. I don't even know if they've sewn a back design yet. But the faces, they're just kind of all over the place. The Bicycle 2016 Presidential Portrait playing cards from Anthony Dimitri Nicola is 1% funded, 37 days to go. It's been about 1% funded for 20 days now. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to fund. Captive Souls from Holly Richards, the relaunch is funded, 49 hours to go. Animal theme. It's not bad looking. If you're interested, go check it out. Contours from Ollie Swinyard. Unfortunately, it's not going to fund, barring any kind of last minute, and that's a very last minute miracle. It's 37% funded, 2 hours to go. It's gotten a little bit more funding, but not a whole lot, which is unfortunate because it's a very nice, completely custom deck. Alright, next one, we got a new one to talk about here. It's called Hair Mai, I think that's how you pronounce it, from New Zealand, by Montenji Design. It's 54% funded, 20 hours to go. 20 days to go. Here we go. Very nice, interesting artwork. It's New Zealand inspired. 2 different decks, a borderless back design, being printed by MPC, Make Playing Cards. And basically what the name means is welcome in Maori language, which is pretty nice. A little bit pricey. They're $14 for one deck, and that's only for New Zealanders apparently. New Zealand backers. Wow, there's a whole 4 backers. Everyone outside, it's $18 each. The back design, as you can see on the one deck, the red deck, has red, white, and black, which apparently are the New Zealand colors. So that's cool. The Ace of Spades, well, we'll show you that in a bit. Here's the Ace of Spades from both decks. A little bit different. One's just more black and gray. The other one's got red. And first edition, second edition. Okay, wanted to say, you know, red and gray or whatever. The colors. The Spade pip, though, is really small, as you can see. Meanwhile, the other pips, they're really, really big. And the clubs is also a little bit smaller, so I don't know, it's a little bit strange. I don't like the Spade pip being so small. It should be big, bigger than the other ones, that's for sure. But I mean, very interesting, nice artwork, lots of effort put into it. The back designs are a little meh, you know, they're okay. I understand the color scheme, at least they're mirror imaged. One has got red, the black and white, the other one's just gray and black and white. The court cards, pretty nice, lots of detail. Suicide Queen. I've never heard of a Suicide Queen before. And how exactly is she committing suicide? By tattooing herself to death? I don't understand how it's called, why it's considered the Suicide Queen. And in fact, the Suicide King is not even committing suicide. You can see from one deck to the other, the same thing, just different colors. One's got darker colors, the other's got more red. The court cards, the faces are very similar for all the kings, and then similar for all the queens, and similar for all the jacks. Some differences, but that's almost like repeating court cards, which is a little bit disappointing. But lots of art, lots of details, beautifully done. It looks like it's a deck about fasten though. I don't see, like, I guess it's New Zealand inspired and everything, but lots of line work and very nice, but it just seems very fashionistic. There's the back design again. Jokers, apparently one is yet to be revealed. Pretty nice. The 10s are actually custom as well. I like that because it kind of, you know, sets them apart from the other number cards and makes them feel like they belong with the court cards and the aces for the royal flush. So I like that. And I think that's what you should do from 10s. That's what I would do if I was doing the deck. More than likely is make the 10 feel like it belongs with the royal flush. Or, you know, whatever. The number cards, you know, pretty nice, pretty straightforward. The box, that is a lot of bands. When I open a tuck case, I don't want to have to take off multiple bands just to get in there and rip up bands, and I don't know, it seems like it's unnecessary to have all these bands wrapped around the deck, the tuck case. The one going around the side is fine. The other one, it's just going to get in the way. And look at this one has two for some reason. I mean, it's pretty interesting. There's also the Kiwi Express, which is produced and shipped right after the campaign ends, which allows you to get a double-sided card, a customized ace of spades printed just for you with your name or website or nickname or a message, and a customized queen of spades and queen of hearts. So you can get this little package of 4 cards. That's definitely different and interesting. They got all sorts of stretch goal ideas as well. And that's that. Pretty interesting, I think. You could go check it out if you're interested. Margarita deck from Rod Wayne is 11% funded, 17 days to go. Not looking good at this rate. I see he's added artwork for the Jokers and the Ace of Spades. Nothing too exciting to talk about. Rainbow Illusion relaunch from Landry Sanders, 77% funded, 8 days to go. Hopefully it gets there this time. Let's get it there. Wow. Women of the Overworld deck is absolutely 0% funded, 4 days to go. It does not manage to even get one backer. That's pretty horrible. Bicycle Samsara and Sky Descender unbranded decks. I don't know why he says Bicycle in the title, since they're not Bicycle, they're unbranded. But the unbranded Samsara and Sky Descender from Berry is 99% funded, 24 hours to go. I got a pretty good suspicion it's going to fund, but you never know. There might be some last minute cancellations. Next up, I want to talk about this one. It's a Kickstarter staff pick. Skateboard playing cards from Kevin Yu. It's 42% funded. Just launched yesterday, I believe. 28 days to go. Looks pretty cool. Kevin Yu is one of my Facebook friends. He's Canadian as well. Very nice cards, as you can see. Completely custom. Beautiful. Nice, highly detailed back design. Very nice. With skateboards on it and everything. Nice blue color as well. To be printed by the USPC, the finest stock in Ericus and Finis. Here you see the nice Ace of Spades, made up of a skateboard or two, actually. And nice court cards, everything completely custom, the Jokers as well. I like it. It's 100% effort put into this deck, so 100% support from me. I like decks that have a lot of effort put into them and that are nicely designed. Number cards are a little more standard looking, but that's fine. But very nice. Unfortunately, there is a shipping charge of $5 shipping to Canada, or sorry, to US, never mind Canada, which might affect some American backers. I know a lot of American backers don't like to pay shipping on Kickstarter. But in the grand scheme of things, when you take $5 Canadian and convert it to US, that's like $2 US or something. So it's not like it's not going to break your bank. It's not going to break your wallet. But I like it. I recommend checking it out. Very nice. Next up, Eldorado playing cards, Maya edition from Emmanuel Valtera. has really slowed down funding wise. 58% funded, 24 days to go. Still a good chance it funds. Baxter Funny Fantasy Playing Cards from Rocky Nicholson is 52% funded, 13 days to go. Again, still a chance it funds, but I think the back design, if it's still the same, really hurts that one. Wonderland card deck from Haley Suits. Is 6% funded, 22 days to go. Not a really good deck in my opinion. It has artwork similar to another deck that I've seen on here recently, especially when it comes to the figures that you see here of the women. It's nice that they put down the breakdown of the prices, and I might have mentioned this one last week already. I apologize if I did. But I mean, looking at it, the indexes you see are a little bit hard to just make out from the rest of the card. And the back design is a horrible one-way back design, and I mean, there's a lot of other Alice in Wonderland decks that I would recommend you get before this one. This one would be the last, bottom of the list. So moving on. Next up, Contour Electric Blue Revive, Jason Wen. Funded, 6 days to go. He actually got more funding than before. This one was already funded previously. The reason why it's back on Kickstarter is because apparently, I don't know how this happens, but apparently Kickstarter, after it was funded, dropped all their backers. I don't understand how that happens. Obviously there's some kind of a error on Kickstarter's part, some kind of a glitch, or maybe they just don't like him any more than I do. I don't know. But that's just kind of funny. But somehow he's managed to actually achieve more support. But it's the same as before, so we won't get into it. Then there's this one that launched yesterday, Ian's Shoelacing Cards by Ian Fiegan, aka Professor Shoelace. Seriously, now I have seen it all. It's 1% funded, 28 days to go. The chance of funding, not good in my estimation. Especially if I think I'm seeing what I'm seeing. And here's the back design. It's got shoelaces on it. Yay. It's a one-way back design, and it looks like there's multiple different backs. The faces, they show you all sorts of different sneakers, which I don't know if those images could be copyright issues, and has information on 52 different ways to tie your shoelaces, because that's what everyone needs to know. A million different ways to tie your shoelaces. Seriously, to be produced by USB-C, I mean, it's an interesting idea, I guess, but I don't think people are that interested in that. And I mean, why not just Google it or find a YouTube video, or I don't know, buy a book if you really want to know. Apparently he came up with this total of 52 lacing methods. And he decided, oh, there's 52, I might as well make a deck. Seriously? And here you see old playing cards, and I guess his first mock-ups as well. Not even sure what decks those are. Some prototypes. Especially with like your USB-C funding goal, $12,000. Not good. I don't like that the backs are all different. I understand, you know, he's trying to sort of different lacing techniques. Who the hell's gonna lace their shoes like that? That's ridiculous. But then it makes for like a very unusual marked deck that people can use for cheating, and most people are not going to want to use. The faces make them unusable for Magic or most card games. Cardists aren't going to want them. I really don't understand what kind of a demographic he thinks is going to buy these. I don't think a whole lot of collectors are interested. You know, it's weird. It's a weird ass deck, and I've seen a lot of weird decks on Kickstarter, but this is tipping the scales of weird. Anyways, moving along. I'll keep you posted on that one in the next couple of weeks. What happens? It does not look good. Deck Jacket funded, 20 days to go. Bicycle Spirit 2 from Playing Cards on it. Funded, well funded with 13 days to go. Another nice one to check out if you haven't done so. Oh god, more election stuff. I'm getting sick and tired of US election stuff. It's a gong show. Strain Wars from Jason Shepard has actually lost funding. I don't understand how that happens. I think it might be related to the fact that since they've sold X amount of decks, they reduced the price, so backers reduced the amount of funding they had, and they lost some money. Either that or they lost backers. Either way, at this rate, it's not looking too good funding-wise, but he still has the time to get that last little bit funded. Then we got La Katrina Dead Edition from Doc Fora, 34% funded, 28 days to go. May or may not make it. This is very similar to his previous deck, which was the Live Edition. And it's all about, well, basically Day of the Dead. I have no idea who's producing this. Come on. Why fucking froze. I apologize for my language. No idea who produced this. I was looking at his previous campaign, and apparently there was a lot of delays and some issues with shipping, and I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's going on with my computer. I apologize here. Come on. Well, this is great. Oh, wait, we're getting some movement here. Crash will work. Go away. Just showing at me. I apologize. No idea who's producing this. I know the original one he wanted to produce for USB-C. I don't know if that happened. I know there was a... Yeah, and also the USB-C trademarking on his page. No idea who's doing this. Okay, it says being produced by Jordan. 310 GSM card stock with linen, air, surface, and radiant finish. 250 decks print run. Sorry, but what? Is he producing this? Like, who is he producing this for? Nobody says the decks can be produced through Jordan. They don't produce 250 deck print runs. What the hell kind of a finish is that? And nobody refers to card stock like that. It's either bicycle stock or aristocrat stock or B stock. This just does not sound good. It sounds like crap. I would not recommend backing this one. Stay away. I mean, the artwork is okay. The number cards are pretty nice. The back design is just flowers. Not even that exciting. And here we go. Featuring on... Yeah, no. I highly doubt he's featured on any of these websites. Why is he featured on Etsy? Cardify, Max Point Guards, I have not seen anything by either one of those sites on this deck. That's misleading, bullshit, crap. I don't know how you can get 250 deck run through Jordan. And why not refer to them as USB-C? And I don't know, it just sounds really weird. Let's see what this comment says if I can get there. Okay. Anyways, moving along. Don't know if it's going to fund or not. I'll keep you posted, obviously. Next up, Kingdoms of Erden. Playing cards from Tim Olinger. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that one last week. Maybe. 16% funded, 52 days to go. I mentioned it a little while back. He had launched the project with USB-C funding, $12,000 goal. And I was like, huh? Are you serious? He's done this deck, Kingdoms of Erden stuff, decks now for some time. Over the last year or so. Over a year now. He's been doing these Kingdoms of Erden deck. None of these times has he been anywhere near $12,000 or $10,000 or $5,000 or $2,000, and he thought he was going to get that kind of funding. How? I just don't get it. So he's relaunched with NPC funding for $1,000 goal. Don't know if it's going to happen or not. I don't know why he feels he needs 59 days, 60 days to fund his decks. Moving along, Hex Point Guards by Joel Russell Huffman is funded, 11 days to go. Another animal themed deck you might want to check out if you're interested in that. I'm not going to mention that tarot deck again. It's not going anywhere anytime soon, and it's going to be repetitive if I keep telling you the same thing every week for the next 5 or 6 weeks. Bicycle Imperium playing cards from Concept Graphics. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this one last week, which is a Blackout Brother. It's well funded, 20 days to go. You might want to check that one out. Style Deck. Portable Style Manual by Eric Feliciano is funded, 23 days to go. Looks like it had a $2,000 goal and it surpassed that. Let's see what we got here. It's okay. Playing cards that are all about fashion and how to tie your tie, which is helpful because, especially for people like me who don't know how to tie a tie. Of course, I have one that was tied some time ago, and I just throw it on my neck and tighten it. I don't bother to worry about tying it. Oh, goodness gracious. Are we freezing up again? I'm pretty sure this was on Kickstarter before. What does it say? $15. Wow. I mean, at least they put some effort into it. It's interesting, but I don't see why people would be so interested in this. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, and we don't even know what the back design looks like from what we're seeing, just the faces. Let me double check something here. Apparently it's seen in Men's Health. Here we go. He's already done this before, and the funding was unsuccessful. That was last year, almost a year ago, last November. Finally, he decides to relaunch. I'm guessing that's the back design. It's a horrible one-way back design. Let's move on. I guess it took him a year to find a cheaper way of producing it. Guitar Player Poker Cards from Richard Hackett is 77% funded, 5 days to go. Very slow to fund, but it's still obviously a possibility of funding. He just needs to find a few more backers. Whether that happens or not in the next 5 days, who knows? And a couple of decks that aren't playing cards. I think that's pretty much it. Wait, are they using Uno cards for a game? You gotta be kidding me. That is it for Kickstarter. See what we can find elsewhere if we don't freeze up again. And let me go back to my channel page quickly. Come on. Come on. Stupid ass slow computer. By the way, I seem to continue getting people asking me if I'm going to be doing giveaways or contests. Oh, now we're freezing again. Good lord. And no, I'm not doing any giveaways or contests. That stuff costs money. I already have way too many expenses for this channel and for doing reviews. And I mean, you might have noticed lately that I've got less unboxings coming, and I'm buying less stuff. I think I'm buying less stuff, I hope. But anyways, let's see what's on Indiegogo. I don't think there's a whole lot to talk about, but maybe there's something new. Or Indie no-go, as most people like to say in the playing card world. Okay, Lamp Girls playing cards is funded. It's in the MAD. You can get it if you're interested. Pretty sexy. Yeah. Enigma playing cards. 6% funded. Son of a... Come on. I can't read what it says. 6% funded, 14 days to go. Not gonna happen. And that's pretty much it for Indiegogo. What I can tell. There we go. Again, more election stuff. Good lord. Interesting. Peace playing cards. It's a card deck. It's geography and diplomacy based. 0% funded for it this year. It's not going to do well. It does not even have actual suits or anything like that, so let's move on. Let's see what else is new in the world of playing cards. Hopefully. And then I'll let you know what's coming up on my channel. I mentioned that one. I'll mention that one. I mentioned that one. Wonder what happened with this one. I didn't see it. The wood deck was funded, of course. And let's start off with that. So there's this new deck from artofplay.com. It's the James Coffee deck, which is obviously some kind of a coffee company in the US. Very interesting, simple, standard-ish looking deck that I will check out eventually, I'm sure. Faces are basically standard, as you can see, because they have metallic inks, which is pretty nice. You know, it's not bad. Looks like a casino deck. Then we got the 2016 ICO deck, which is International Cardistry Open, produced by Expert Point Guard Company. It is now available at Conjuring Arts. Review coming soon. Very nice looking deck, as you can see, especially if you're a cardist, you're gonna like it. It's kind of similar to the Verts. Hey, look, there's a new color scheme for the Verts. It's the orange and purple. There's a suggestion. Next up, we got Verso Playing Cards by Helder Guimaraes, who is, of course, a pretty well-known magician. It's available at a shop called BroadwayMerch.com. There's a blue one and there's a red one. Faces are probably more than likely basically standard, because obviously it's by a magician made for himself and for magic. There is a back design there, pretty simple looking, pretty nice though. I like it from what I can tell. $15 each though. The worst part is shipping. They want to charge me $40 to ship 2 decks to Canada. Ain't gonna happen. I'll get them somewhere else, some other way, or I don't know, we'll figure something out. I don't know why they're charging overseas shipping to Canada. We're definitely not overseas, retards. I did contact them and ask them about that, and we'll see if they say anything. Pantheon is coming soon from Third Way Industries to Kickstarter, Wednesday, October 12th. That's next week on Wednesday, I think that is. I'm looking forward to that. Looks pretty nice. Don't know what time, but hopefully I'll find a time and remind myself so that I don't miss early birds like usual. And then there's Prism. Day and Dusk is coming October 11th to Kickstarter. Even more importantly, coming October 11th, WWE 2K17. Looking forward to that for sure. But I'm looking forward to this too. This is a relaunch, and it's at 10 a.m. Eastern. That's 9 a.m. my time. I have to remember that. Pretty nice. And it'll look very nice next to the original Knight deck. Look very nice. I like what he's done with these decks, especially the Day. Look at that. That's awesome. Looks very nice. I just wanted to see this one. I don't think it's funded. Red Eyes from Jay Lassa was cancelled. This is the second time now this playing card deck has been cancelled from 2 different creators now. Just don't think people are that interested in it. So hopefully it stays gone. I mean, it's fairly standard in the face, as you can see. They're missing eyeballs, and it's kind of weird, a little bit creepy. It's okay, you know, but it's just weird. And it's been cancelled. Next up, another one that's fairly standard is the mandalas. It's available for pre-order at collectibleplayingcards.com. Use the code VJose32 to save 10% off your order. And I mean, it's available elsewhere as well. Not a big fan of, you know, just having magician's faces on the court cards, but something I'll probably check out eventually anyway. And I believe that's actually going to go on sale any day now. One of these days, it's actually going to be available. Not sure if I mentioned this one. And oh yes, I'll talk about this as well. And I might have mentioned this one. Probably did. There's a new bicycle flying machines deck, as you can see, in a pink or reddish color. It's apparently Walmart exclusive. I'm hoping to get someone to help me find that. Then there is Celestial coming soon from Incarded. Looks very nice, as usual. Ooh, look at that. There's a dark color as well. Looks like two colors. Yay. And we have found out what the next United Cardist deck is going to be for 2017 and 2018. Getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. But whatever. And the information is here somewhere. I know it is. No? There you go. Avant-Garde is the 2017 deck made by the Edgy Brothers. It is obviously inspired from their previous Select deck, which did not fund and even went some changes. It's coming Saturday, October 8th. That's this upcoming Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Looks like there's also a green edition, which is the stretch goal in the United Cardist color, and a ultra limited edition, yet to be specifically named, but sent to the Grand Reserve deck last year, because they got to get the cash grab in there. They got to make the money and charge you outrageous amounts of money. And of course, they've also mentioned the look at that, the court cards. The 2018 deck is going to be by, I forget who's going to be by. It's going to be by someone who did a deck already with them. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We'll get to that 2018 deck when we get to 2018 or 2017. Very nice though. That is that for what's going on in the world of cards. Sorry if it's a bit long again. Coming up on my channel this week, more reviews. Fortunately, we got The Conjurer's Suite from David Benn, Salady's Patent, the Regatta and the Suits, and the Magic Notebook deck. I also got the Red Keeper and the Carpe Noctem. I might, do some shifting in there. We'll see. But most of these decks are fairly standard, unfortunately. Anyways, that is that. Well, that's what's coming up on my channel. I'll see you next time with more. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Don't forget, you can get hundreds of different decks from Collectible Playing Cards. I'll show you that. And of course, use the code VJose32. Save 10% off your order. They got cards from all the main companies, as well as all the Collectible Cards decks, PlayingCards.net decks, Murphy's Magic, and all sorts of stuff. As you can see, lots of Kickstarter decks. So go check it out. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. And